Call it a congressional transition hiccup in North Jersey, or probably a more bitter incumbent abandoning constituents after a loss. Now, the Record is reporting that defeated Republican Congressman Scott Garrett's office has gone silent on the transition of constituent issues. Garrett's successor, Democrat Josh Gottheimer, says no one from Garrett's office is helping on things like veteran, Social Security claims, or business issues, kinds of things voters turn to their members of Congress to help with. Garrett, he's also not responded to calls and letters from Gottheimer personally, let alone the staff, to work on ensuring a smooth transition. It's not kumbaya, Andrew, but this thing's nasty.
It is nasty. It's a holdover from the campaign, which was particularly nasty. And just to put this in terms in reference, according to the Record, the agency or the consulting firm that helps congressional transitions says it's happened one time in the last 10 years that an outgoing member of Congress has not worked together on these sorts of issues with an incoming member from the opposite party. So I'm not really sure. We haven't heard from Scott Garrett. We don't know, but it seems like there's some bitterness, and I'm sure, Congressman, you had to go through this yourself after you lost in 2012.
I did after they redistricted me, but even when I won for first of my 8 terms, I had it there, and my predecessor cooperated with me. You know, members of Congress have at least 10,000, 20,000 constituent service matters a year they deal with, and you don't own them as a congressperson. So if you lose or you retire, you're supposed to transition those cases to your successor so that he or she can handle those cases. Right now, those people have already been delayed in the handling of their case. Their cases may have been irreparably harmed. So I think that Congressman Garrett is acting like a sore loser,
Is this a remotely
and it's
partisan
very,
thing?
very disappointing.
Is there any partisanship that could be in play here that, well, I'm not going to get involved because that was a Republican?
It's not, as you know, it's not permitted, Andrew. We are the keeper of the people's trust, Democrat or Republican. If we get elected, we have a job to do, and not turning this material over and not cooperating is not living up to that obligation.
Tom, of all the races you covered, it could be local, it could be, what was the one where the two hated each other the most and would do nothing to play ball after the election?
By far, Fernando Ferrer and Mark Green. To this very day, they hate each other's guts. Ferrer blames Green for not being the first Latino mayor of New York City. Ferrer has never gotten over it. When I see Ferrer, even today, he barely wants to shake my hand. So,
that didn't take long here. Let's hope Garrett does the right thing. And I know politics can be brutal, but come on. Guys, awesome job tonight. Thank you so much. We got some local headlines straight ahead. Stay with me.